Right then, Steve. So we're going to just talk about the book we're trying to make, the whole group. So the general idea you've got over there, haven't you, Helen?
Natalia made this. Natalia's idea, this book, The Walk to the Leisure Park.
And the idea is to make a
book for disabled children or people with disabilities.
Okay.
Hence the wheelchair there.
Right. There's something with like moving parts, like a sort of activity or pop-up type book.
And even the images, something that a disabled child would look at and see them, they will mirror themselves. An image that you don't normally see. Maybe, for example, if we had a page with a big wheelchair, a child in a wheelchair, to make the wheelchair, make things, put things in focus, you don't normally see in the shop.
Yeah, it's a good idea. It's sort of thing.
Oh, there we are. That's a wheelchair there.
Okay.
And this is a car. There's a crossing, and they go across the crossing, and there's a car coming, and when the car stops, this person can go across the crossing on that wheelchair.
These are good. Have you done all these, Judy? These cutouts?
They're cutouts, and they're cut out from
they're really good.
card.
They're really good.
And this is a child who's fallen in the bath and is being saved, and there's a life belt. See, there's a life belt that fits over and like that. Fits over like that, and just put the life belt over. And
so the idea for things like this is they will be movable in the book, and people are not just reading it; they're interacting with the book.
Yes,
which we've had for children for quite a long time, haven't we? But not really much for adults, and especially not for adults with disabilities. I think it seems like a good idea. And you've got some different materials here as well, haven't you, Stephen? Eh?
Is there a crossing there? Is there a crossing there? Oh, here it is.
Doing some drawing, Linda?
Yeah.
Is there some ideas that we could possibly incorporate?
Yeah, we see something for Linda. That's a man pressing on the to go across the road over to the park when I finish, and there's two cars.
I'll tell you what happens with us sometimes.
Yeah.
Is we're coming along the pavement and there's a car blocking the pavement.
Yeah.
So maybe we could put that in the somehow incorporate that in the book.
Yeah.
Which is a problem that people have had many times.
Or
yeah.
those like big long cars.
Yes, or even a curb that's too high.
Yeah.
And there's no drop. And somebody comes along in a wheelchair and where's the curb? How do I get down here? And have to go 20 yards away just to cross the road or something.
Yeah.
Which does happen.
It's impossible to get across, isn't it?
Sometimes. I mean, some of the fixes me and Steve have got in, but they're not ideal.
Trying to cross the road, all of a sudden these cars come round.
Yeah. Or if you have a powered wheelchair and the wheelchair stops in the middle of the road, it's not much fun.
Steve, have you seen this? This is a wheelchair, look. Look, a wheelchair.
I think it's like a good idea, don't you, Steve?
It's all very good, Steve. What's Steve making?
Just experimenting with some different textures and shiny paper and rough material.
What's these bottles supposed to be for? Tops of the bottle?
Well, those are something we had from before. We had them as a kind of hanging decoration.
Oh, really?
And a bit like wind chimes, only they didn't make any noise. But maybe we could incorporate transparent things as well somehow.
Yeah.